Hello Scorpio, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie. Blazer the Morkie is once again not with us because there is too much going on. There's shoveling and plowing at the snow outside and he is way too interested in that to stop and come be my little co-star today. So we're moving on with your reading for the next 10 days. I'll be pulling a card for your overall energy and then we'll take a look at your specific energies, the energies of the person connected to you, and then how those mingle and dance in the middle. We'll close it off with an oracle card for the Scorpio collective. Keeping in mind, as always, these are general readings, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. For additional context and texture, I recommend that you check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node readings. And then if you'd like a personal reading or to connect with me on social media or you're interested in affiliate links, please check the description below. There's lots of good information there with all the links you need to reach out, and be sure to like, share, subscribe. Everything helps my channel grow. If you're enjoying these messages, that engagement would really be appreciated, and I am so excited to get into your reading, Scorpio. It's looking a little murky at first, but that's just a Scorpio thing, right? You've got birth, Scorpio, birth coming up as the overall energy. So for some of you, you may be experiencing a pregnancy and looking forward to the birth process. Now here we have the baby being pictured in the womb with an arc of flowers over the top, and below it looks like rough waters, and I think that symbolizes really bringing something quite beautiful, pure, and innocent into the world, whether that be a physical baby or some sort of vision or art form, something that you want to bring forth and birth it out of yourself. And you're trying to figure out, well, with all the chaos going on, how in the world, am I going to support this vision, this baby, this project, this adventure, this thing that I'm creating, that I want to bring into the world? And so there's a lot of trust possibly coming up here for you, trusting in yourself, trusting in the universe, trusting that it is safe and that you will be a good steward of this soul that you're bringing into the world, or the soul of the project, or the artistic talent, the gift that you've been given that you want to share with the world. And for a few of you, I'm writing a book. Somebody might be writing a book. So Scorpio, let's get into this reading. On your side, you get the 8 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands. Yeah, you're definitely showing me movement away and walking away from situations, people, and places that don't make you feel good. For some of you, I think you've had an ecosystem change or recently taken a vacation that left an impression on you with this 6 of Swords. I feel like calmness came into your life. Some of you could be newly single, having had a breakup or an ending to a relationship, or this could just be an ending of an emotional cycle for the rest of you, where you're just letting go of feeling a certain way about things. You've resolved certain feelings that maybe were going to prevent you from birthing this new energy into the world, whether that be, like I said, a physical human or something that you've been meaning and wanting to bring forward. Now you do have the 2 of Wands here, so the passion and the fire is warming up here. You're starting to look to the horizon. You're looking to clearer skies. The energy around this is warming, and birth is the portal after incubation. So I still think there's a bit of incubation here going on for you, Scorpio, with whatever this is, but you're preparing and you're looking ahead. Some of you could be literally nesting as well, like you're really in those nesting energies. And that can happen for especially women, even when they're not pregnant. At times they feel the need to nest. Maybe there's a new pet that we've brought into the household, right? And rearranging things and making things more practical for the new family member. That seems like that could be going on for some of you. For the person connected to you, Scorpio, they get the Hanged Man, the Three of Swords, and the Tower. Whoa, this person is really having a hard time. I do feel like this is, if it's not your partner, because I kind of sense like for some of you, you're kind of on your own, but maybe this is someone close to you who's having a difficult time, or maybe this is your ex in those cases where there's been a split. Scorpio, this could also be a representation of the energies that you yourself have moved through to be able to have this birth experience. So sometimes in these readings, if you're not identifying these energies with another person, I can tell you this other energy is showing me pain, destruction, and being kind of like forced to look at things differently here or have a different perspective. This could also represent a part of you, or maybe where you've come from. In the connecting energies, the two of you get the Four of Swords and the Six of Cups. A lot of healing going on here. A lot of healing going on between you in the relationship, and also a lot of loyalty in this Six of Cups to growing and evolving through the healing. Like I said, some of you may have got a new puppy or a new dog that you've brought into the house. I mean, that can be a huge transition. Do not underestimate. Blaze would definitely back me up with this. Do not underestimate the power an animal has to be able to affect a household. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I needed a little sip of tea there to continue on, because this feels big to me. This feels like you're holding a lot of energy right now, Scorpio. So through this birth portal that you're going through, and perhaps this other person's going through, sometimes it gets messy. Sometimes we have to ride these different waves and vibrations, right? In these energies here. So let's get some clarifiers for this Eight of Cups. What have you, or who have you walked away from? And it's interesting, the Seven of Pentacles kind of fell out. I almost wanted to flip it out, but I shuffled it back into the deck and out it came again. You got the Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Let me first roll with the emotional energy. For those of you who are walking away from the thoughts and the experience that were connected to a certain emotional pattern in your life. So this emotional pattern probably felt very heavy and very burdensome. For some of you, maybe grief or mourning or something like that. Anytime we're experiencing a birth portal, death is just the other side. That anytime we're experiencing a birth portal, death is the other side of that coin. So it would make sense to me if some of you are possibly grieving or have gone through the stages of grief with something, and you are moving forward to plant a new seed. You would like to take your nurturing energies into something else. You definitely do not want to be moving into energies that feel like more of a burden. And that could also be people around you who have opinions, especially if you're a pregnant woman or in a relationship with a pregnant woman. Everybody will have their opinion. Everybody will have their stories. We do not want to burden ourselves. We need to be able to trust ourselves, to trust our own bodies. If you are in that position, I highly recommend the women that are doing the work at the Free Birth Society. You can find them here on YouTube, the Free Birth Society. Amazing support of women's own empowerment and own fortitude and strength in the birth process. For those of you where this isn't a physical birth, man, it sure feels like one. It sure feels like you're going through this portal, these stages of incubation and then birthing yourself into the world. And there's a much greater focus for you on nurturing energies, right? Within you, around you, nurturing the healthy aspects of yourself, nurturing the unhealthy aspects of yourself and bringing those into balance. Ooh, yeah, we've got a lot of your house energy, Scorpio 8th house energy, feeling coming up here. All around kind of that, as we move from the 7 to the 8 to the 9 and the 10, that little zone of energy there for the upcoming months. Pay attention to those dates, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Those could be important for you. Important portals or times where you can really move something forward. Oh, wow. Here for the 6 of Swords that you got, which is a moving into calmer waters. It's clarified by the 2 of Wands and the Page of Cups. Scorpio, many of you had to break free of something, whether it was this old emotional programming that you had or somebody else's beliefs, whatever burden you were carrying, it was really taking your focus away from yourself, from what your heart was telling you was real and authentic for you. Okay, so a lot of you have really been working to clear out certain energies. They could be your own within yourself, or they could be others' opinions, others' way of thinking. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are actually breaking ancestral and family genealogical patterns here. You really want to create a different future. This 2 of Wands energy comes up twice because you're really spending a lot of time making sure before you set out that that's the way you want to go. And for this other 2 of Wands that you have, Scorpio, it's clarified by the 8 of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're looking ahead to moving forward in alignment with your heart and your passions. You're going to bring something into the world, Scorpio. Whoever you are, whether pregnancy, actual physical pregnancy is involved or not, Scorpio is bringing something into the world. So you are pregnant with something that wants to come out and be birthed. And you really want this to be in alignment with your heart's greatest desires. And you have the 8 of Swords here. And I think that's one of the things that you're working on eliminating. The 10 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. The burdens of other people's thoughts and opinions, for one, is being let go. Possibly even some grief, moving through the phases of grief, and that's just a natural thing that happens at a different pace for everyone. But I feel like you've made progress on that, been able to plant the new seeds, right? And you're also letting go the thought patterns that would hold you back, that would keep you stuck and stagnant. That is no longer. Your focus is much more on a brighter horizon. Some of you may even be doing the kind of meditative work where you are future visioning and future experiencing. And I'll tell you what I told Virgo in their January monthly reading, which was, make sure that you are including your emotions as your future forecasting and visualizing. Don't just visualize alone. Actually get into the feeling of what it feels like once you've birthed this beautiful, sacred creation of yours, okay? Actually get in touch with the emotional energy around that as you see it happening in the future, and your path will take you there. You've got this 2 of Wands. You're extremely focused on that path. Okay, let's look at this other person's energy with the Hanged Man. Let's clarify that first. The Queen of Wands and the 8 of Wands. Yeah, this person or this aspect of you was quickly sent into this state of the Hanged Man. Now let's talk about the Hanged Man or woman real quick, okay? That energy of the Hanged Man is powerful in the sense that it can be a stagnation if you let it, but I don't usually experience the Hanged Man energy that way. To me, it is a sacrifice of what needs to be sacrificed in order for us to move forward. So this person that you're connected with here, I could see the 2 of you having a different approach to what you're doing, but very similar paths in the sense of the importance of what you're putting out there, what you're bringing to the world. This person got maybe shoved into this Hanged Man position very quickly, but it is illuminating and highlighting very similar energies to what you have, the passions that they have. What they were doing and what they're going to be doing are completely different things. And they have a lot of fire energy going on here, kind of like you as well. You both have the fire. They're different stages of the fire here. This person, I feel like, got very quickly moved into that hangman energy. And maybe it was this Three of Swords or this Tower here. So what's this pain that this other person or this other aspect of you is dealing with or has dealt with? We have the Lovers and the Page of Swords. So this, for some of you, this has been a breakup, a separation, a divorce. And yeah, this person, if this is your ex, let's just look at that population real quick. They are looking back toward you. They could be spying on you on social media. They are having a hard time with this. It is making them question everything they thought they knew about love. I'm starting to want to cough. Yes, a lot is coming up from this person. I don't know that their heart was open before. And maybe that's why they got shoved into this hangman energy, because they had to let go and just hang and like open up their heart. I don't think they had an open heart before. But now it's open through the pain. When the heart breaks, it breaks open wider to hold more love. However, and that may be what this person is learning here. Now, if this is not your person, right? If this is maybe a friend you're watching go through this, they're just having a hard time letting go the ex and doing all of that. So you may be providing some sort of support here. Or this represents another cycle of your life that has importance with what you're doing now, or it's the cycle of your life that you've healed. For others of you, you could be working with a mentor, a counselor, or somebody like that who has really been through it as well. And so they identify with where you're at. There are these similarities in the way you might be at a little different phase, a little different angle here, but definitely similarities. And I already pulled cards for this Tower, so I don't know why I'm shuffling them again, but the energies are messy here, okay? I do want to say I'm acknowledging that. So I don't want to pretend like some things in this reading don't look messy. They look a bit messy, but that's okay. It's about how you deal with messy, right? So for this person's Tower, they got the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, so what really happened with this person in their birth portal, or what they were kind of slung into, because I feel like over here, slung into a lot quicker. On your side, more paced. They had to gain clarity. They had to actually be slowed down with this Knight of Pentacles and this Hanged Man here. They got thrown into the slowdown really, really fast because there was clarity that needed to be gained, and that was that their heart wasn't open. This person's heart was not open, or this is a past version of you where your heart was not open. And that's okay. We all go through phases where we have to heal and protect ourselves. For others of you, maybe a smaller population, it's starting to churn in my gut here. It is, some of you have lost a baby at some point in your life, and these energies are speaking to that experience. So I am so sorry for your loss and that you have gone through that. For women and the men involved, it can be absolutely heart-wrenching. So if there has been some loss of a baby or a child, I am so sorry that you have gone through that. You have my condolences. And also, I would say you're doing really good work for what this is, if that's the case. That may be a smaller population of you, or that, Scorpio, you have this way of taking me into the past sometimes. So it could be past energies reflecting on that as you're going through this new birth portal. Currently, these things are blended in, right? Our subconscious has a way of holding on to things that sometimes need to come out later. Let's look at this Four of Swords in the middle of the relationship and connection here with these two people and energies. You get the Four of Swords, which is the healing. And remember I said some of you may be nesting. So there's healing going on as you nest. And as you get comfortable with knowing that you're safe, sound, and secure, and if you're pregnant, your baby is safe, sound, and secure. Some of you may be knitting or crocheting or making little clothes or making little preparations. You get the Two of Pentacles coming up on the original, I'll say Scorpio side, and the Nine of Cups coming up on the other side. Some of you may be considering, can this person that I'm connected to show up for me and what I'm birthing, whether that be a baby or a project or art form or whatever, in the way that I need them to. I crave their support is what I get. I get that you crave their support and you're really wondering and hoping that they can show up in that loving energy. They are showing me that they are showing up in that loving energy. Okay, so if there has been a break of some kind and there's a pregnancy involved or something like that, this person is slung into this place where they have to reevaluate everything. They could show back up with being able to hold more capacity. So, because it does look like things kind of broke down really fast for them. For others of you, I think you might be on a journey of figuring out new ways of healing. This is really interesting. Your reading is so... I don't know what. I don't even have the right word. I don't even know what to title this. Like, we might just call it the birth portal. I mean, that's probably the best name for it. But my goodness, you're really possibly working on fulfillment through new ways of healing and rest and nurturing and nesting. Some of you could just be, this may have to do with you nurturing your home environment and making some changes there, because I see that pride behind, yes, you know, the nursery's ready, or I love what we did with the living room, or we've remodeled the kitchen, things like that, and it's looking good, you know, it's looking good. Okay, for this Six of Cups in the middle of the connection here, we get the Hermit coming up on your side, which is Virgo energy, and the Hierophant on their side, which is Taurus energy. So we've got some powerful earth kind of vibe energies coming in here. Wow. If this is a separation type issue, or this is okay, there's so many of your energies talking, Scorpio. I'm getting, woo. Okay, let me just take you all. There's different groups showing up here. There's different energies. So I'm going to try to compartmentalize and take them one by one while still tying it into the overall theme. That's what I've been like really struggling with on this one. Okay, so for some of you, if this is a situation where this other person has been thrown into the Hanged Man position, they need to reevaluate, they're learning to open your heart. Some of you are taking that hermit time to yourself. Okay, as loyal as you may be to this person, or as loyal as you are to the idea that this will work out in the long term, you are going to take the time for yourself. It's almost like there is no other best choice for you but to go inside and to illuminate yourself from the inside out. Okay, this person over here, then their challenge is stepping into their own authority. They may have had times in life where they were, well, if they had a closed heart, they probably weren't in their own proper inner authority. They weren't in that mind and heart balance, that mind, body, soul balance. That's something that's come up for them. So in order for them to stand the test of time with this relationship, they have to regain proper authority and wisdom for themselves. And they have to stabilize those energies, okay? So that would be important before or for when this comes back together, that there's an awareness of this. Now, for others of you, if this is the relationship to your craft or to this new project that you're birthing out into the world, you want to be careful about staying too long in this hermit energy without taking action. Yes, of course, we want you to have as clear of a vision as you can. However, sometimes we just need to get things moving, okay? And there is a lot to unpack here, and there's quite a path of how this is going to unfold, and it's leading to something very beautiful, but maybe it might be time to get started. Maybe you're doing a little bit too much analyzing or a little too much research. Scorpio can go deep. Maybe you've gone down a rabbit hole, and this is your message to kind of pull back out of the rabbit hole and get refocused on where do your loyalties lie? With yourself, with your project, with your art form, with this birth that you're bringing into the world. And certainly for those of you who have had a loss of a baby or a child in the past, this Hierophant is coming in, stabilizing some of those energies, this is you opening your heart back up to yourself. And the Hierophant is very present and public, and there's people around the Hierophant, the high priest, listening and learning. And so when the high priest meets the hermit, we put something very beautiful out there. But the hermit has to be willing to say, yeah, I've hermited long enough. So that could be coming up for some of you, or some of you have been processing whatever this is for long enough now, and now it's time to birth yourself back into the world. Some of you might be, after going through all of this, getting back out into the dating scene, getting back out into the world. Some of you are considering having another child. I mean, I see it happening there with the birth. This could be a rainbow baby for some of you. Wow, you all really took me in a lot of directions here, Scorpio. So let's close off your reading with an oracle card for the Scorpio collective, because wow, a lot of differing energies there. And so remember, Scorpio, at the very beginning of your reading, we got the birth card, and we have this birth portal that you're going through. And to close off your reading, we have the number 32, revel in the wave, enjoy the exuberance of the experience. Yes. And this experience has been messy and wild and dynamic, and many different Scorpio energies showed up in this reading. Very dynamic, and this is about actually just allowing yourself to surf the wave at times, okay? You're really bringing something beautiful into the world, whether it be a physical baby or a project or an art form that is going to come out and really benefit you, benefit the world. Enjoy this experience. Remember, you get to also have enjoyment. It doesn't have to always be messy or tough or super deep, and we don't have to overthink it. Let it flow. Let some of the flow start to happen, and really enjoy the wave and how you can feel those beautiful endorphins and that oxytocin kicking in. Those kinds of experiences are going to be important for you. Scorpio, wow, you've just blown me away. This went so many directions. There were so many of you really speaking up the energies of different Scorpios and their experiences that, wow, it was a little challenging to encapsulate it all into one reading here. So as always, I'm a Scorpio North Node, so I love how I'm being challenged with the Scorpio energies and learning from the Scorpio energies. I thank you all so much for allowing me to read these energies, and I look forward to seeing you at the next reading.